Your move, Leduc. Artifacts have been fine. Artifacts have been really not that big a deal. They have not been the hot story. They're good. You can make them work, but there's also ones that aren't as good.
Oh my god, that was pain.
We did kind of want to remove a little bit of those, I'll call them Leduc shenanigans.
Hey, hello. One sec, let me just get ready. So, hello everyone. Set 17 makes me feel old. Set 4 was like yesterday. Nah, you can play set 4 right now. That's a bad comparison. Hello, good morning everyone. Lotus, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. Okay, one sec. I need to change this multi-chat a little bit because it's showing me too many things. Is there like an option to not show the Twitch redeems? I need like an option to not show the Twitch redeems or something, because it's like we have too many redeems right now, and I'm starting to have a harder time. Oh yeah, hide channel events, channel point redeem. Okay, that works. Okay. Also, I think I wanna do hide event follow. Okay. Okay, now my chat is a little bit easier to read. I think Darken is gone. Pretty sure Darken was always a one-time thing. And I think the divine artifacts might also leave. I saw the new trade that kind of looks like admin. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see if there's gonna be a way to break the arbiter. Like, if we're gonna break it, I think we're gonna have to hurry, because it might be a good idea to play a lot of arbiter in the beginning of the PBE before Riot realizes the arbiter parts that are broken. What are my thoughts on 17 so far? Oh yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm surprised to see so much negative comments about it. Maybe it's just the changer version. It does feel like the reception towards that 17 has been a little bit negative. I think it's just like people like I mean I think any set that comes after a big Runeterra set always has this problem, right? I mean, well, the only set that didn't have this problem was set 10, but set 10 was a pretty big one. I mean, 14 definitely has this issue. 17 has this issue. Set 2 had this issue. Technically, you can count set 2 as well. Going from a Runeterra theme, like Runeterra theme is just by far the most popular theme, I would say. And a Galaxy theme is just some people like it, some people don't like it. Set 10 was the music set. I mean, the thing is like the carousel, I think is going to return in set 18. I think it's carousel be like gone is just a set 17 thing, I believe. On the main TFT stream, they're mainly using your perspective from the show match. They are? That's cute. I didn't have that great of a game though. Spoiler, I suppose. My show match, like the problem is that there's like a lot of high challengers in that show match, and they take eco augment, like they take prismatic eco augment and rush levels. And I was like, and then it's like, well, I can't compete with that with my playstyle, right? Like, especially, I mean, I was looking for a prismatic eco one, but I couldn't find one. Yeah, I still have a lot of mods, so there's like 6 games I have that I want to upload to YouTube that I will go over today. And then tomorrow we can probably go over some of like the leftovers that are not gonna make it to YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. Like the thing is like, I feel like people with the unlock mechanic, I feel like the unlock mechanic was a bit of an illusion. Like, I never felt like you had that many units. I felt it was always this thing where, I mean, yeah, it's the illusion of choice. Like, you can argue that it's cool to have tools, you know? It's like, hey, you're not gonna play Skana every game, but it's cool to have Skana as a tool. I can get that. Like, this is definitely something I enjoy. But realistically speaking, like, a lot of units were just gated so hard that they became irrelevant in, like, most of your games. I've never had, like, a proper Renekton game or something like this, you know? And I would have loved to play more Xerath, but Xerath was actually too gated. So this is just, like, I'm actually part of the group that didn't care that much for the unlock mechanic. Obviously, some of the units were cool, right? Like, but the thing is, like, I feel like Riot can still do something like, hey, if you have a big, like something like a big Ishtar cash out giving you something like Brock, they can do that in the future as well. Like, you don't need the unlock mechanic for something like this. And the thing is, like, do we really care about a unit like Aatrox who has been, like, Aatrox was relevant on PvE, and then he was a useless piece of shit filler for the rest of the set. Do you really care? Like, would it change anything if you remove this unit? You know, like, and this is kind of my point. A lot of the things were just not very relevant, in my opinion. So, I mean, I don't think the unlock mechanic was like a huge fail or anything. It was fine. Like, it was alright. It's always nice to have more tools to play around, but I feel like people are overvaluing the unlock mechanic because it is really, really, really easy to take the best part of the unlock mechanics and implement it in future sets without wasting an entire set mechanic for it. I mean, I think they made it easier for Zihen now. I think they said something like, if you have a 3-star Zinzao, you unlock Zihen. Like, he's not gonna transform, but I think you just unlock him. So you can more easily finish the lore finder without the augment now. But to be fair, I always knew this was gonna happen. Like, Riot would always make Zihen easier in the final patch to make sure people can finish the lore finder. I mean, the thing is, like, this is predictable. Like, this is like the very moment I realized Jhin is tied behind this augment, I was like, at the end of the set, they're gonna make him for free. Because, like, they would have to deal with so much, like, annoyed people that want to finish their lore finder and they can't. Quite frankly, I don't even think it was that good of an idea to gate Jhin this much. Don't think it was a good idea. I think it annoyed a lot of people. Hello, Skermon. PBE, I think, is like Tuesday, Wednesday. It's always hard to give you the exact time. So based on experience for Europe, it's like Tuesday evening. It can, like Wednesday is the safer bet, I would say, because you never know if something goes wrong on Tuesday. Is that getting dated in 17? Well, I mean, at least there's like no condition tied to it, right? Zed is closer to Echo. But to be fair, like the problem isn't a unit being gated. The problem is that the lore finder, like a completionist couldn't finish their lore finder because of an augment. But assuming there is no lore finder in the next set, this is not really an issue. I mean, I finished the Lawbinder really fast as well. I think Yone was actually my last one. Got Jhin a lot faster than Yone. Echo is a space god. He's not really a unit in the next set. 3-star Z, yeah. I mean, I've already faced 3-star Z, funnily enough. I mean, the problem, like, yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of prismatics. There is Meeple has a prismatic, Darkstar has a prismatic, Meeple, Darkstar, Stargazer has a prismatic with the mountain. I'm trying to figure out what was the fourth prismatic. Or is it only 3? Wait, Nova, I think Nova, Space Groove might have one, right? Yeah, Space Groove has one. That's the fourth one. So Stargazer with the mountain, Space Groove, Darkstar, and Meeple. Those are the 4 prismatics for the next set. Honestly, like Elder Dragon wasn't that strong in the playtest. Like I've faced Elder Dragon a lot, and the guy wasn't carrying fights. It was a lot of people actually didn't even play him. I would not worry about, like, oh, I have to play Bard for the Elder Dragon. The Elder Dragon isn't that strong. It's not gonna, like, you actually can't play him for free, right? Like, you have to give up a unit. You have to give up a unit to play the Elder Dragon, and that alone makes it a problem. They are showing mostly me on the show match. I wonder why. Is it because I was being funny? Wait, let me actually check this out before we start. Wonder why they're showing me so much. Well, I tune in and then they don't show me anymore. If you dunk avatar for it. I don't know. We'll see. I might check out the bot later to see. I mean, I did play around a little bit, you know. I did stuff like, hey, you know, like, why is this not working? Oh, I think I removed it. All right. I did like a backflip and like an absolute cinema and stuff like this. I wonder why Riot hasn't made something like 3 component items. I think it has to do with simplifying things. Riot has been on a mission to simplify TFT to make it easier for newcomers. And if you make the item, like the thing is like Riot loves this concept of 2 component equal 1 item, and this rule, like 2 craftable equals 1 item, and this rule is just straight up consistent. It's like super easy to learn. And I think they like this because it makes like learning the game easier. And if they start adding, and the thing is like item complexity is being added through stuff like artifacts. And so I'm not playing set 16 now. I will show some set 17 gameplay, and because I need to narrate some games for YouTube. Precision means spell crit. It's just an official term now. I think the idea may have been for stuff like the Draven, because there's like confusion whether or not Draven has spell crit or not. They just sort of like, they wanted to add like, I mean, they could have used the term spell crit as well, but they just used precision, or they just went with the word precision as a keyword. There's also a new keyword called lucky, but that one's very specific to Fate Weavers. How about a 3-slot Thieves' Gloves? Technically, we had that a few times already. Thieves' Gloves was an item that bugged out a lot and ended up giving you a triple item. Even in set 16, we had this. I believe Galio was Radiant Thieves' Gloves Galio, when he joined the board, he would gain, he would double one of his Radiant items. I remember a bug report about this, that there was like a Galio who had like let's say he had like Radiant Adaptive, Radiant Ionic, and then Radiant Thieves. He would just like straight up get double Radiant Ionic with the Adaptive and also gain all of these stats again. It was kind of powerful. Nova is strong, yeah. Aatrox and Akali. Akali also has Marauder, and Marauder is a trait that's fairly easy to include because it's like a team-wide Omnivamp. I mean, it's a fairly weak thing, but it's still like 5% Omnivamp to your team. The only issue is there's not that many Marauders. I mean, you can do it with either Urgot or Fiora in late game. That's fine, but I mean, you can also do Psionic with Yi. Yeah, there's definitely Nova will have a lot of flexing going on with the team-wide buffs. Like the way they balance it is that you don't get the buff in the first 6 seconds, right? Like, so if you use Nova to skip Sunder's Shred, your first 6 seconds of combats will be weaker. And that is kind of like, right, this is sort of like the downside. It's like, if you're confident that your team survives long enough, then it's a good thing, but if it's like, you don't want this in a burst-ish team, right? Like, Nova is the opposite of a burst team. Just something to consider. It's cause you're the one player who hovers over the tooltips longer than 1 second. Am I? Dude, I don't even remember much of the playtest. What channel the TT1? I don't know what you mean, Hydrod. I don't know what you mean. By the way, like, I think I may have fixed the I think I fixed the quality issue we had yesterday, right? Like, Twitch should have 1080p again and stuff like that. I think there was a setting in OBS that got deselected. No, Fizz is way different. Fizz is actually really fun. I feel like the set 17 Fizz is way more fun. Wait, I still don't understand what you want, Alpha. The channel you're talking about, you were on. What do you mean, like the Teamfight Tactics? Like, that's currently there's Worlds. There's like Worlds Finals right now. They're just showing the show match before the official World Finals start. So you can just pretty much just check out the main Teamfight Tactics Twitch channel. The reprints for 17 look really well done. They're pretty solid, yes. The thing is, like, I think it's always strange for people. People have such strong opinions about something they haven't played themselves, and I think that's a really bad habit to have. Like, I feel like, sure, you can, like, play the set, and you can be like, I don't like this, and then dip, right? But, like, flaming a set based on, like, a 10-minute video you've seen on the internet that's a choice. Would you say it's a filler set? I mean, I've seen people call it that. It's the spring set, right? The spring set has a reputation because spring set is the shortest set of each year, and it has sort of like this reputation. I think it was like 14. It was 14 and 17. Was it 11 as well? Yeah, I think it was like 11, 14, and 17. So those definitely don't have the best reputation, that's for sure. Also, like the spring set usually, like the winter set is always the biggest one, you know. It's like, oh, it's set 10, it's 13, it's 16, it's gonna be the 19 one, which is the music set again. So it's like the spring set always has this ungrateful job of following up the big winter set, and that's why it tends to get like a lot of hate. I mean, Graves is interesting. Like you actually get a lot of upgrades with Graves. Like you can select a lot of upgrades. But yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna start checking out the different. Gonna start checking out the different games. I think the last one I showed was Meeple Hero Augments, so the Jhin Zaya game is next. Should be this game here. I will fast forward to the PvE round. Okay. Okay, let's see. Recording is going. Recording is fine, right? Any clipping issues or anything? Looks fine to me, yeah. If the music is like too loud or too quiet, you have to tell me. I can change it a bit. Okay, let's see. We have 2 tankies back. When you feel 2 copies gain, they both gain health, and when one dies, you get like the shield. This is gonna replace Double Trouble. The other ones we know. Oh, this is a new one. Gain a 2-star 1-cost tank and an emblem that matches their last listed trait. And here we can see this is a new divine artifact that appeared in Portable Forge called Zoraka's Miracle. So when the guy drops low, they heal. And it has like a mechanic where I think if I understood this artifact right, the unit needs to like drop low twice, but then still survive the combat. And if you fulfill this condition, you get player health. At least that's how I understood this. That's how I understood this artifact. So this is definitely a cool artifact to have. I mean, the problem is I think the unit needs to live, right? So it's a little bit hard to use in lose streak, because if you lose streak, then it's not possible for the holder to survive player combat. Oh, I think no, the way it works is, wait, no. I think you can get up to 2 player health, right? If 1 miracle occurs and he survives, it's 1 player health. And if 2 occur and it survives, then it's 2 player health. So it's like, it's really, really good if, but it's a very difficult one to like utilize, I think. But it's still an interesting one. It's almost like a puzzle. Yeah, this Talon is like currently I think I want to lose. I don't know, but Talon is a crazy early game unit. That one definitely will see a lot of play. Double Vamox. The thing is, like, I think it's actually a pretty good item for Tamkench, right? Because if you think about it, Tamkench has a mechanic where, like, first of all, Tamkench is a brawler, so he's gonna have a lot of HP. But Tamkench also has a mechanic where he gets a shield for healing occurred. And considering this artifact has a lot of healing, which results in a larger shield, which is more likely he survives, I can definitely see a lot of synergy between Taamkench and the artifact. Just something to keep in mind. I mean, I should probably just read out the Taamkench ability. So Taamkench has a passive. Once per combat after dropping below, I think it's like 30% health, he gains a shield equal to how much healing he received this combat. And also his active has a healing part in it, yeah. And so there is synergy here. But I think Aatrox is gonna be like... Aatrox and Talon are two units that people will definitely look for in the early game. What do we have here? After falling below 30% health, gain a special loot orb. This is from Evelyn. I know no, actually it's from Echo, never mind. It's a little bit confusing because there's a bug with the names, but... should be fixed by the time the set goes live. Yeah, Carousel is gone in this set. Also, yeah, I think there was a lot of confusion regarding the comeback mechanic. I'll probably make a YouTube short about it. Mort made a tweet about it as well. So the way it currently works is that instead of item components, the people who have the lowest HP get item anvils or component anvils in the PvE round. So, and the people in the middle, they get like Reforgers. So it's not like you don't get more item components in the PvE round if you lose, but you get you're more likely to get exactly what you're looking for. So if you go full lose streak in stage 2, you can expect 2 component anvils and a Reforger. And this allows you sort of like go for best in slot. Whereas the people at the top, they don't get a Reforger and they get random components. And so it's going to be harder for them to... or they need RNG to get the best in slot. But yeah, I'll likely make a YouTube short about this topic since this is something that's going to come up a lot. You think there would be a way to more easily get the artifact of your god? No. It's just RNG. This PvE, this is a recording from a playtest. Yeah, Lulu has a pretty interesting ability. So Lulu always has like this spell where she deals damage to 3 units, but then she also has like a secondary effect that constantly changes. And there's actually there's a Lulu spell where she can spawn gold as well. There's like one, I remember one passive from Lulu was like healing for a small amount. Another one was like able to give you gold. I think this Talon was Debonair Talon, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys remember that one. Debonair Talon from set 8. It's a really good Talon though, like that guy is definitely worth picking up. I'm so burned out, I don't think I'll play this set. It's fine, you don't have to. People keep forgetting, it's like, if you are not a competitive TFT player, you should only play video games if you're having fun. If you feel like you're not gonna have fun, then you're free to skip one. I mean, the thing is, like, TFT usually is better experienced by watching a streamer instead of enduring the RNG yourself. What's the reroll comp of this set? There is a tier 1 reroll you can do with the Stargazer Medallion constellation. And I've seen tier 3 reroll based around Misfortune and Rast. But there will probably be a few more. Technically, you can do Cho'Gath because of the infinite HP stacking. But I think that one's going to be more difficult. And was there anything else? There was definitely a few more tier 3. Not sure about tier 2, to be honest. Tier 2 didn't look that good for rerolling, but that might change. Since set 11, I've played TFT till the very last patch with no mental breaks. I'm surprised you're still standing. I'm surprised you're still standing. Other than Cho'Gath, units that can stack. You can stack with Arbiter. Arbiter has a stacking mechanic, but I think that's it. I mean, I don't have every single unit memorized, so this might be wrong what I'm saying. Stargazer is Ionia. In a way, I felt like it was more interesting than Ionia. Technically, the Heavy is the Crown could work pretty well with the Soraka Miracle on a nice tank. That's a lot of healing you have there. I mean, this is very, very subjective, but my first impression of 17 was more positive than 16 because, but you need to be, you need to remember what I'm looking for. I'm like looking for like crazy combos and artifacts, you know, and stuff like that. And my first impression of set 16 was like, oh, great, all artifacts are useless. My first impression of set 17 was like, oh, cool, they added like 9 new artifacts and they're actually meaningful. So this is like something you kind of have to keep in mind. For frontline, I mean, the thing is like, you will see a lot of like 2 bastions, probably based around like Aatrox and Shen. Shen will absolutely be a core, because he has like a pretty valuable Bulwark ability, Bulwark passive, I mean. A unique trait. Nuno is currently like the CC tank, he's like Vanguard, which means you can combine it with Blitzcrank. The weird thing about Blitz is not supposed to be itemized as a tank. He's actually a magic fighter and he's supposed to be itemized like AP melee. But Blitz is still surprisingly tanky because he has like a built-in Zonya type effect. So like Blitz combined with Nuno is one of the late game things. A random Bastion plus Shen. For Brawler is a bit tricky because your best tier 4 Brawler is like Kench, which is fine, but there's no tier 5 Brawler. And a lot of the lower tier Brawlers are kind of weak, so it can be like you take this Brawler who fits into the comp you want to play, and then you throw in Kench as like a tank. Yeah, Pyke has a hero augment, that's pretty nice. So the Stargazer, the Mountain, the way it works is like you get an emblem every 5 rounds. But you do need, not only do you need like 5 emblems total, you actually need 11 unit slots. That means you're gonna need like either a tech crown or an augment like new recruit. And obviously, I mean, you can expect like 3-4 emblems from the trade, but you still have to find 1 or 2 emblems yourself, while also reaching level 10, while also having a tech crown or a new recruit or something like that. After speaking to a writer, I find it interesting, but apparently they've been wanting to pitch Troll Flavor Breakpoint for ages. Oh, you mean like the Mountain Stargazer? I mean, there's certainly people like me who want to... oh, early Fiora. So Fiora is a pretty interesting one. I mean, her ability kind of works the way you would expect Fiora, with like the vitals and stuff like this, and the healing if you proc the vitals. She actually has a passive. She has like a Darken type passive, but I believe that the Darken passive didn't actually work in the playtest. But she's also Anima, so like the idea I think for her is she's supposed to be like, when you do the big Anima cash out, and you're strong, you're supposed to be playing Fiora to regain HP to get out of kill range. Since the carousel is removed, you get more items on the PvE runs to compensate. Well, the initial god choices, that always have an item component in there. And so that, and then later you're gonna have like full item armories. Like every single god choice has a component in it. And this is actually kind of like, you will often find yourself in a spot where it's like, oh, I kind of feel like this other god choice might be better, but I really need this component, you know? And so there will be choices made where it's like, you might take you might align with a god you don't actually want to align with as much, simply because the component is just too valuable for you. I mean, you will always be able to finish your item build in 4-7 with the rerollable item armory, but sometimes you can't wait that long, right? Because like 4-7 is like super late in the game. Is it only streamers that get access to the playtest? I mean, the thing is, like, the way you... it's always funny when people complain about... So, effectively, what we're doing is we're advertising the new set for free for Riot. I mean, obviously, there's an advantage with having, like, first access. But at the end of the day, it's free advertisement for Riot. So, usually it's either... like, or usually it's, like, higher profile streamers and influencers. Because it just makes sense, right? Like... they're the ones who are gonna, like, you're actually, like, you're supposed to be putting out content. Like, that's the whole purpose of the playtest. I mean, I'm actually, like, smiling a little bit because I'm checking the view count of the dev drop and compared to my own video, and I always smile a bit when I see that my own video is outperforming the dev drop. But I actually got a lot of good feedback from my first impressions video. Like, people said the video was really well done, so that's nice.
Did you know that working out with set makes you bigger?
Nice trying the show match. Yeah, thank you. I wish I had a better game to... like, for me, the show match isn't even worth showing. Because the cool shit happened to other players, but it was still fun to play. How obnoxious are the assassins of this set? I mean, there's like mainly Talon, right? Like, and Talon is a tier 1 unit, so he's mainly going to be annoying in the early game. Did we have late game assassins? I mean, Riven can sneak her way into the back line because of the rogue trait, but I don't think we have that many assassins. There's like the Pike hero augment, I suppose, but that one you're not gonna see that much. I don't know. I think in terms of like assassins and crowd control, this set is a lot lighter than 16. No. Fizz is not a reprint. We did not have this Fizz yet. This Fizz has like 20 mana. He dashes through his target, and every third dash he does the big knockup in a 1 hex range surrounding the target. This Fizz is not going to jump into your backline. Is the anomaly good? It's a tricky one. I don't know yet. I mean, the anomaly, like, what's interesting about the anomaly is that it gives you a flat 1000 HP on the front line, which can absolutely help you to beef up your front line and potentially survive the fights longer. The anomaly in the backline looked a bit rougher to use, so I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be like, I still have to check this a bit, but for now, like in the playtest, the way we approached the anomaly was pretty much just we checked you checked if like, can I use it for a tank in the front line, and if yes, then just put it there. I'm gonna try to combine Vanguard, Marauder, and Voyager for shield stacking. Shield values weren't that high though. We have no magic tank Swain as tier 3 or tier 4. I mean, technically Nunu is a tier 4 magic tank with high CC, but his CC is a joke compared to Swain. Like right now on the Nunu on the top right, you can see him. So the first problem with Nuno is his mana costs are crazy. He barely gets an ult out. The next problem is that while Swain was like hitting 90% of the board, Nuno tends to... He can only hit one half, like no, probably even less. He can hit like 1/3 of the enemy backline. And so Nuno is going to be a lot more about positioning. Like properly positioned Nuno can totally CC the enemy backline. But a poorly positioned Nuno is either not going to get his ult out or he's not going to hit the enemy carry. But I do feel like they should probably give Nuno a bit of help with the mana. His man, like I feel like they went too safe with Nuno in the playtest. He was really hard to play. Even if you give Nuno like 3 tank items, he can struggle with casting once. The thing about like Space Group Vertical Velbro is, I mentioned this in the first impressions video. It's not that easy to get spatulas, because here's the thing, right? In the past, you could get spatulas and frying pans and carousels. As far as I know, there's only Echo God that has a chance for a spatula boon to appear. And I think this can only happen once as well. Well, maybe it can happen twice, but I'm not sure. But the point is that it is really, really difficult to get spatulas and frying pans in this set. So if you want prismatics, you're much more reliant on... I mean, they added a few augments that give you like random emblems and stuff like this. And there is also a way to get random emblems from boons. But overall, I would say it is quite difficult to get emblems. Your best bet is literally just gonna be trade tree, right? Like you do trade tree, you reforge the other emblems and just pray it hits. I can't wait for the memorial augment for set 16. Yeah. I wonder, like, I mean, it's supposed to be based on the augment of the winner, right? Or like the way the guy won. It's actually surprising to see this many. I mean, we have like what, Ilya, Dysik, and Revan in the top 8. That's kind of crazy. I kind of hope Revan wins. It was so funny to see like the tier list of the players, and they put Revan at the bottom of D tier as like quote unquote the worst player of the tournament, and now he's like about to win. That's just way too funny. Initial impression on Darkstar after you played it. So the way Darkstar is gonna work, like first of all, I mean, Jhin is insane, right? Like there's a lot of like Jhin will see a lot of play. The two piece is a great trait to have active for the entire game. The 2 piece is like a 10% global execute. So that one's always worth playing if you can fit it in. The 6 piece is a mid-game thing. So having early 6 Darkstar is nice because you get an immediate boost of power, but it's gonna get outscaled. So, and getting the prismatic is hard. So the way you should approach Darkstar is the 2 piece can be worth playing from start to finish, and the 6 piece can be, it's kind of like 7 Noxus in a way, you know, like it's obviously great to have early and it's great to have in the mid game, but you will definitely get outscaled. Do you have an advantage for being low HP in the carousel? So the way it works is that instead of random components, you get component anvils. And the lower and the middle people get reforgers, whereas the top people don't get reforgers. So the overall amount of components is the same, but the lower people get sort of like a better choice in the PvE round. Crop test Diana Splash is just a bug. It's literally just a bug from the like the version we're playing on is a work in progress. So if you see like the god having a wrong name, or you see like something like the crop test, it just means it's like a bug, and this is something that's gonna get fixed before the set goes live. Don't worry about it. Yeah, like here, I don't know, like this Fiora is not really that impressive. Also, this, I mean, this guy's like level 9, 40 gold. I'm level 8. He's like level 9, 50 gold. Thank you, eco inflation. I did take a bunch of eco augments, and I didn't. Do you think the set will be as heavy 5-cost slump as 16? Actually, yes. I think it's a playstyle that Riot is encouraging. Riot wants the games... Like, Riot is not a big fan of reroll. And the... They want the games to be decided by tier 4 and tier 5 comps. Like, Riot hates when a tier 1 reroll comp wins the lobby. They just absolutely despise it. Even if it's a hero augment, they don't want it to win. They want like a hero tier 1 augment to make top 4. It's pretty obvious in their design. Especially, I think tier 2 reroll has been... Like, I mean, sure, we had like the Aphelios comp in 16, but... Compared to the past, I feel like tier 2 reroll has been quite difficult to play. The summon trade, I haven't had that much success with the summon trade. It is kind of like, it looks cool and stuff, but one of the problems with the summon trade is you actually need an emblem to get the 7 piece. So and you need a legendary. It's not easy. You need a legendary and an emblem to reach the 7 piece. It's quite a difficult trade to play. I mean, part of Fiora's power is supposed to come from gaining HP back when you're winning. And also Xayah was like massively overtuned in the set. Like, Xayah was by far the strongest tier 4 unit in the set. She was incredibly overtuned. This Xayah is actually a reprint. It's the... was it set... No, which Xayah was this? The guild Xayah, right? Set 7? I think it's the set 7 Xayah. It's definitely a reprint, but it was a really popular Xayah that was always very strong. But yeah, Xayah, like, if I had to do a balance suggestion for set 17, at the top of my list, it would be nerf Xayah. Like, she's overtuned. I actually lost a lot of really cool games by people just playing Stargazer Xayah and rolling over my board. So that kind of sucked.
This was our world first.
But yeah, like Fiora is like, she has a lot of utility in her kit. A passive can like you can gain player health with the passive. You can like you have like an AoE healing going on. I don't think Fiora is intended as like this pure DPS carry. I don't think Ashe is in this set. No, we got budget Ashe with Kindred. How's this new set so far? I mean, I had fun when I played it. I didn't mind playing it. I think I was looking for Jhin, to be honest, but I could never... Like, I couldn't find Jhin or Xayah 2-star this game, which was kind of painful. Okay, what's the mod here? Exhaust, burn, wound, and chill. Oh, it's the Bilgewater item, right? It's the Captain's Brew as a placeable mod. I mean, the Sona mods are quite relevant. I think Sona is gonna be a popular filler unit. Like, it doesn't even matter if you have Psionic or Shepherd. You can always just play a Sona, check if it's a good mod, and if it's a good mod, you just play it for a bit. To that Xayah damage. That Xayah damage. I mean, Yasuo is in the game as a space god. I think there was a YouTube comment that said something like... it's 8 space gods and 1 idiot. Because, like, what is Yasuo doing here? Brew doesn't wound. Oh yeah, it's actually better than Brew. True. I actually hated that Brew didn't wound. It was really annoying having to constantly mention that. The loot trade is Anima. Also, Sunny, that kind of showcases that maybe you wanna... Hey Sunny, maybe you wanna use the command set 17 and watch the first impressions video? Because your comment definitely just gave you away that you didn't watch my video. Zaya PTSD is coming back. Yeah, Zaya will see a lot of play. Like, she's gonna be an absolute core. I can't watch the video, you are live right now. Ah, you got me there. I mean, we did have a really strange Battlecast Skana, if you remember that one. I think it was 14, no? Like, I remember trying to make, like, an armor Skana work in 14. Because he did, like, a bunch of damage based on his armor values. He had, like, this kind of missile thing going on. That guy is Jhin 2, Morgana 2. That's really powerful. Any 3-cost Ruby to 3-star? Yes. Misfortune is great. Rast was a crazy good tank as well. There's definitely a few. No, Arcana is a Tamkench unique trait that literally just gives you gold every 3 rounds. It's like a unique trait, so there's no special shenanigans going on there. Is it true they do the really big sets after 2 sets? I mean, the big sets tend to be in the winter, yes. The big sets tend to be December, like November, December, January, February. Those tend to be the big sets. It's also the sets that have the big tournament, the open events like Vegas, Macau, or Paris. Oh, that's actually Aurelian 3-star that I lost to. It was Aurelian 3-star. That's a 3-star T4 unit. So, guys, my opponent has 3-star T4. I just managed to upgrade my Zaya to 2-star. Way! Awesome! Yeah, there's a bunch of hero augments. Nasus gets the bonk. Pike gets a jump execute. Gragas gets like an exploding barrel thing. Meepsy gets... Meepsy becomes like an AP Brock from set 16. And I think there's one more that I forgot. What is Morgana 2? She's like an AP frontliner that hits 3 people for a bunch of damage. And she also, I believe, has a team-wide aura from her unique trait. She had pretty good damage. Like, Morgana felt very useful to play.
I wasn't joking when I said nothing stands in my way.
Hurricane's back? No. So yeah, these are the late game carousels. You get to choose 3 random items, 16 gold, or you take your chances with a completed item anvil. Cambaran trait is Anima, but I'm not playing it this game. I didn't have that good of an Anima game yet, so that's something I'm gonna have to farm on the PBE server. One of the issues, like Anima was really difficult in the playtest because sometimes players were struggling to connect. So we often had like one guy who couldn't connect in the lobby, and yeah, have fun playing a lose streak when people are not in the lobby. So it made playing lose streak really, really difficult. Like, I think I tried playing Anima like 3 times, and 2 times I got it ruined by an AFK, and I was like, well, I don't want to play this anymore. Well, I think Anima will function very, very similar to Cambaran. Yes. In concept, it's exactly the same. So something that's kind of interesting about the Cambarans is that it takes not the lose streak you had with the trade, but the lose streak that's your actual lose streak. So you can lose 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, play Cambarans into 5, and you immediately start collecting a lot more points for each loss. So you're a lot less reliant on having the Cambaron active into one. Anima. So that's pretty nice. I like that. I hate when I have to like specifically need the 3 units ready to go into one to fight for the trade to function. Who's the Black Rose Bogdanov to said? What do you mean? Don't understand the question. Oh yeah, so there's technically a mistake here with Blitzcrank because like Blitzcrank is probably bad with Void Gauntlet because he has an aggro drop. But also Blitzcrank is not actually a tank, he's a magic fighter, so I think Blitzcrank is supposed to have something like, I don't know, like Jeweled Hand of Justice Adaptive or something like that. So yeah, Blitzcrank is not supposed to be the tank here. Karma felt underwhelming. I did not enjoy playing Karma. She was one of the T4 units that I didn't really like that much compared to the others. Like LeBlanc is a lot more clear. Like LeBlanc is like, oh, okay, she's supposed to be like attack speed and her visuals are really clear. And I think you're supposed to do LeBlanc into Vex in late game. Ah, he tried to go for Jhin 3, but he missed him. Rip. I guess Aurelion 3 is gonna win the lobby now, right? Part 3. Ah, don't spoil it. Guys, I think when I saw the agents, I was like, oh, that's why I couldn't find Jhin 2-star. And then I look at it, and the guy has Bard 3, Z3. So in case you're wondering why the Elder Dragon is 3-star, I think he had Bard 3 in the PvE round, which then gave him Elder Dragon 3-star. So yeah, he has Z3 and Elder Dragon 3, so unlucky. Guys, I can almost afford my Jhin 2-star, I'm so happy. Whee! And that's the end of that. GG. Okay. So that was the first game. I think the next one is a Channel Misfortune reroll. It should be this one. So this is finally a reroll game. Bard is a 5 cost, yes. Oh, here you could see a mechanic that probably should get removed. Twisted Fate can pull a card between 1 and 9. If he pulls 9, you get a gold. That's really disgusting, and they probably should remove this. Because I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I'm actually straight up for removing this mechanic. The fact that it works in the PvE round as well is also not the best idea. No, you should not worry about, like, the thing is, like, keep in mind the way the playtests are designed. You're gonna have like Emerald players put together with high challengers, and people are playing incredibly unoptimized. Therefore, if you play a proper eco game, it's much easier to get 3-star legendaries compared to the actual game. So here you should not pull any conclusions in this regard. Shenanigans seems fine for this set. Oh look, it's another 9 and it's another gold, right? Yep, that's 2 gold from playing Twisted Fate in the early game. That is not very healthy. Okay, what do we got here? Well, we know those. We know those. Anything else? Ooh, portable. Let's go. Maybe a divine artifact. Well, we got the classics. So Horizon Focus is a pretty weird one. Because I don't think there's a lot of uses for it. Like, obviously there's gonna be like Nunu and stuff, but I feel like Horizon Focus is gonna be a hard artifact to use in a set. There's not that much CC. The chance to get a gold from Twisted Fate is actually better than 1 out of 9, because Twisted Fate is a Fate Weaver. And the way the Fate Weaver trade works is that I think right now I could literally just put Caitlyn in instead of the second Twisted Fate to activate the trade. The way Fate Weaver works is that you get to roll twice. So he will pull 2 cards and take the higher one. So the odds are a lot better to just farm a bunch of gold. Test Anima, bro. I explained earlier why. First of all, this is a recording, so I can't force Anima here. Second of all, I explained earlier, Anima during the playtest was really difficult to play because we often had trouble connecting. And that means that it was not uncommon to have an AFK in the lobby that ruined your lose streak, and then you couldn't get enough tech to do anything meaningful. So unfortunately, I don't have any decent Anima games. I can show an Anima game tomorrow that went like where I got like a 300 cash out, but yeah. I think some of my opponents actually had some okayish Anima games, and they got some of the better item cash outs. But I didn't get very lucky with Anima in the playtest. Last set, everything had CC. Yeah, like this set is pretty low on CC, I would say. Like, I never felt like I needed Edge of Night or QSS in this set. At least as a first impression. Garen, Lux, and Kog'Maw are not in this set, no. I mean, we finally get Master Yi again. That guy hasn't shown up since... when was the last Master Yi? Was it set 2? No, I think there was one in set 3. I think Yi was in set 2 and 3, but I don't know if he actually joined after. Cho'Gath has infinite HP stacking in his kit. So this is Arbiter, ignore the visual bug. Combat start for each Arbiter star level when an Arbiter attacks 3 times. When an enemy dies, they gain 7 ability power. And so you can freely change the cause and the effect here. So your initial choice doesn't actually matter. You can still sort of like check the different causes and effects to take one that you like. So don't be afraid to investigate. Why do they have a hard time adding? Sometimes it has to do with skin lines. We don't have that many Runeterra sets, so some units are just straight up held back by having crappy skin lines. I don't remember seeing Yunara in this set, so no, I don't think we have one. With which god did I play mostly? I don't know. Don't remember.
Rejoice at your redemption.
I like the fact that it said Zoraka, it showed Evelyn, but it was actually Kale. Is it once after 3 attacks or per 3 attacks? That's a good question. Well, I feel like it should be every 3 attacks, but I'd have to double check. It would feel kind of pointless to make something after 3 attacks you gain 7 HP. That's like 7 HP is like nothing, right? I feel like every 3 attack should proc the effect. Yeah, I think it's every 3 attacks. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make any sense. So here we get to see Ras Misfortune reroll. Ras is actually a really nice filler tank. He's kind of like the Leona of the set. So the way his ability works is that he will just like spin and heal for a bunch, and then he knocks up people in a line. He actually has synergy with... Technically, he would have synergy with Samira because of the knock-up. So in theory, you could do Samira Ras reroll as well. He also has a unique passive called Redeemer. And it kind of works a little bit like a Bronze for Life type thing, where you get a defensive buff for every non-unique trait you have on your board. So currently I only have Arbiter and Challenger, so it's not going to be a lot, but it's good for like Bronze for Life type comms. Did you go right? Headquarters? No, God, no. Who will be my favorite god? Well, Thresh is fun because of the randomized outcomes, but I think Echo currently is the one. Echo can give you Spatula and Artifact, so I likely lean towards Echo a lot. But yeah, so this is the Channeler Misfortune. The way she works is she gets like a bullet time, right? So it's a bullet time that hits 2 units specifically.
Even gravity can't slow me down.
But the from what I've seen, the Replicator Misfortune looked the strongest, and the Challenger Misfortune looked the weakest. But I mean, that can change, right? Like that's just gonna be a meta question. Wait, so here I think I'm in the middle of the pack, right? So I should probably get a Reforger, but no component anvil. Yeah, I get 1 Reforger here because I'm like in the middle of the pack in terms of HP. So this is kind of how the comeback mechanic is supposed to work. Yeah, so Mordekaiser is a Vanguard and a Challenger, which is why I'm currently playing him. Although adding a Darkstar from this position, I mean, you can try like Karma for Voyager, because Voyager is like also like a team-wide type trait. This is a recording from a playtest at the moment. Illusion. I mean, itemization will feel a bit different in this set for sure. The randomized components plus the comeback mechanic in the PvE rounds. The early mid-game can feel quite different. What's the name of this game? Teamfight Tactics. Anvils don't consume your pool. Oh, you mean like that? Oh, that's actually a good question. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. How does Riven work again? If her AD stat is higher than her AP stat, all of her damage deals physical, and if her AP stat is higher, all of her damage is magical. The actual ability doesn't change. The ability is like hop damage, and then hop with wave damage. So the thing is, like, the way Riven kind of works is like she is like either she deals 100% physical or she deals 100% magic damage. There is no in between. Would an emblem anvil to be too broken? I mean, we had the Tome of Traits, which was technically an anvil tome, anvil for emblems, and they decided to remove that one. And Riot is not known for adding stuff back that they've removed. Technically, you could be 7th. Get 2 gloves from the animals, and you would still have 2 gloves left in your pool. Yeah, that's... I mean, that's a good question for board, I would say. On Twitter, maybe. You might answer it. Like, this is such a specific question that I don't know the answer for that. I'm gonna miss set 16, the best set for tryhard. It was definitely a very competitive set. But to be fair, like, the initial patches for 16 weren't that great, if we're honest. Like, you might argue that the final state of 16 is very positive for the competitive side, but it took a long time to get there. The first 2 or 3 months of 16 were very messy. I have not forgotten the TX spamming. And the complete lack of hero augments and reroll comps. Arbiter is kind of like an admin type trade from set 8. It's like a build your own trade type thing. Okay, so this is Kale or Evelyn. Evelyn always has like a negative aspect to the choice where you like lose HP or you can't buy champions for 2 rounds. Kale is just pure items. Kale is just get an item and get another item.
To this world, no matter the cost.
All roads lead to Fast 9 patch, yeah. This set will definitely be Fast 9 as well, pretty sure. It's like, it's the playstyle Riot wants to enforce. Riot doesn't want TFT to devolve into tier 1, tier 2 reroll. They want the lobbies to be won by a tier 4, tier 5 slop. The first time I heard about Arbiter, I heard Avatar, and I was excited for combining the types of bending. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, but I mean, hey, you get the Yasuo, the Yasuo god can give you different elemental hexes that allow, and you can position them wherever you want. So, yeah, you have some elemental bending there. I really like Vast though. I think tier 3 reroll will very likely be viable. Like Rast as your 3-star 3-cost in the front, and then either Samira or Misfortune in the back, or maybe even Kai'Sa in the back. I think tier 3 reroll is fine in this set, as far as I can tell. There's a lot of useful units that are easy to fit together, so yeah. Don't think you need to worry about tier 3 reroll at least. It felt very viable. News on PvE mode? Nah, there's nothing this year. I think the earliest we're gonna see PvE mode and TFT again is next year. Because we know the roadmap, right? We know there's gonna be a Pengu party coming in the summer. And that's it, right? Outside of like set revivals and Pengu party, I don't think we should expect a lot. So here's the thing about like people who are skeptical about set 17. The spring set is the shortest set. So normal, like just to compare 16 and 17, okay? 16 has 8 patches, 17 has 7 patches. Okay, so that's already minus 2 weeks. But the patches in 16 are actually longer because there's like the Christmas patch that is like almost 4 weeks or something like this, right? So if you really compare it, then 17, the spring set is always the shortest set in the year. It's like spring set is the shortest, then the summer set is like in the middle, and the winter set is always the longest. Like the sets are not created equally in terms of like running length. And so even if you end up like, even if like, set 17 is like the worst thing ever, it will be over the shortest. Speaking of spring sets, what origins would you want added to the anniversary mode? Ugh, honestly, I don't even care. I don't care anymore. I mean, the last Penguins party was such a ugh. I was so disappointed of the last Penguins party. It kind of killed my mood to play it. Because I expected them to do like a lot of new things, and it was like 99% like reprint from the initial Penguins party, and I was like, well, that's kind of lame. Will the set be a menace for mobile players again? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think it's actually fairly mobile friendly. The thing about the Arbiter is the interface for Arbiter is pretty big, and you only have to make the decision once. And that's it, right? Like, I mean, yeah. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think it's... I don't think there's like any Bilgewater type shenanigans on this set that would make it more difficult for mobile. I think it's a mobile friendly set. When do you think TFT stop making new sets for a while and bring multiple old sets back? Probably never. It's a surefire way to kill off the game. Misfits. Your team gains 65 health for each active unique trait. So there is actually a crazy amount of unique traits in this set. You can easily have like 10 unique traits, I think. I mean, well, not 10, but like 9 unique traits is definitely possible. Right now, I don't actually have that many. I have Gun Goddess from Misfortune and Redeemer from Rast. There's obviously a lot in the legendary department, but... And Time Kench is technically Arcana, so he would count as a unique trait here as well. I mean, let's be real. Golden Spatula does a lot better job with revival content. Like, Golden Spatula just doesn't care. They're like, oh, you know what? We're just gonna add, like, some new champions that weren't in the set. Just because we can. Honestly, I would love to stream Golden Spatula, but I think it's still very limited. So it's a little bit difficult. Like, I mean, I could play it with a VPN or whatever, but, like, then adding streaming on top of that is kind of, yeah, it's not that great of an experience. But I kind of hope that they make Golden Spatula available. I would love to stream it from time to time just to showcase the differences. Neonol, thanks for the sub. Thank you, thank you. The crop testing is just, it's a developer thing. You can literally just ignore it. It's a leftover from a developer thing. Just always keep in mind, like, playtest, this is like a work in progress. These types of things are not gonna pop up when you play the game on PBE. Yeah, there's actually Pocket Recomp is back. This is gonna be really painful, but so the Thresh God can give you Pocket Recomp in 2-4 or like 2-5, whatever. So it is technically possible to have, like, you know, like a 3-star-T2 unit, then use Pocket Recomp and then get Recomp in 3-2. So, yay! I can't wait to chase that again. So, there's definitely gonna be a chase for a 3-star T4 unit in 3-2 with the Pocket Recomp into Recomp. The new stuff in Talkers, I mean, Talkers wasn't enabled for us, so I can't tell you that. If you could compare 17 to 16 and 13, which one feels better? I mean, I can only compare the playtests to each other, because, like, comparing a playtest to, like, 4 months of gameplay is kind of, yeah. I did enjoy the playtest. Like, the only thing I can tell you is I had fun in the playtest. That's the only thing I can tell you. What is Pocket Recomp? It's a consumable you can use on a unit that upgrades a tier 1 or tier 2 unit into a higher tier. So if you have a 3-star tier 1 unit and you use Pocket Recomp, you get a random 3-star tier 2 unit. Was 15 playtest fun? I mean, again, me as a content creator, I actually really liked 15. I know that the competitive scene and a lot of the streamers hated 15, but you always have to remember I approach the game from a very different angle. And if I don't care that much about balance and competitive, then, you know, stuff like the power snacks are actually quite fun for me because they allow for a lot of different tubers. So I actually had no problem with 15. I was actually a little bit sad that 15 got this horrible reputation because I thought that the designers did a pretty good job. Like it was in like here's the thing about 15, right? If I remember this right, 15 had insanely good legendaries.
Those fools underestimate.
Wait, let me see this TFT set 15. Wait, what was the 15 legendaries? I'm trying to remember. It was Braum, Zyra, Yone, Twisted Fate, Gwen, Seraphine, Varus, Lee. I mean, I know, actually, no, I think I meant 14. Never mind. Yeah, 14 was the one with the good legendaries. Yeah, right. 14 was the one that had insanely good legendaries. I mean, I still liked some of the 15 legendaries. Varus and Twisted Fate and stuff were fun. What was the worst content set? 10 was hard for content. Like, the original set 10 release was really difficult to make content because it was literally just play meta or die. The artifacts were non-existent in 10. It was just chosen as a set mechanic. Like, it had a lot of flavor to it, right? Like, but content-wise, unless you go hardstyle only, 10 was brutal to play as a content creator. Especially coming from set 9. Because set 9 had some crazy stuff. Visual clarity in the set is alright. It has a space theme, which means some of the units can be a little bit harder to differentiate from each other. Effect-wise, I thought it was okay. It was usually... The thing is, like, we don't have these Swain type abilities anymore, so I would say it was easier to follow what was happening in the fights compared to a lot of other sets. Yeah, I mean, set 10 Revival was insane. I loved the set 10 Revival. It was probably my favorite Revival we've had. So this is LeBlanc, but I think the LeBlanc itemization is wrong, right? Because I think LeBlanc is attack speed, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is a tier 3 reroll we're seeing right now. With Ilaoi 3, MF 3. I guess I ended up not getting Rast 3, so... No, did I get Rast? Wait. Didn't pay that. No, I have Rast 3, never mind. So I have like Rast 3, Ilaoi 3, and Misfortune 3. Technically, the way you could play it is like you do either Ilaoi or Rast, and just make that one your main tank. You can cap this out. Like, if you want to do the channeler version, you can do, like, Mordekaiser plus Blitzcrank in late game to cap out. But the thing is, like, you could also just go Replicator and do, like, you know, Pantheon or something like that. That also works. Did I forget to add dupes? No, I'm saving them up for the next game. Yeah, so I did realize this later in the game. I was like, oh right, I took that thing that gives me dupes. So yes, I did forget about my dupes. So I may have spent a little bit more money than I had to. 20k damage from Misfortune. He's tier 2 reroll here. Milio, Pantheon, and Gragas. They are all tier 2 units. Can Meeple duplicate PvE monsters with clone bench? You mean like the Elder Dragon? Honestly, it should, yes. It actually should work in concept. I'll make a note of it. This is something worth testing for the future. Okay. Can you duplicate Elder Dragon with 7 Meeple? Considering it should work for stuff like item anvils and golden eggs, I'd be very surprised if Elder Dragon didn't work. Why did it make Ras the tank? Because they wanted a filler tier 3 tank you can play. I mean, I like Ras. He's a great tank. Like, Ras felt very satisfying to play. Nice. Like, the guy is still alive for some reason. Now, Elder Dragon won't be considered a zero cost unit. They'll probably have Elder Dragon be considered, like, I mean, for Meeple, you probably need 5 or 7 stacks to copy Elder. That would make the most sense. But I'll test it and get back to you. I will make a video about everything that's possible with Meeple anyway. That's on my to-do list. I mean, the thing is, like, I'm gonna have to test if you can copy the golden egg anyway. No, this was not played at Riot headquarters. I think it would be too expensive to just fly people in. Like, considering how many people are doing the playtest. Sometimes Riot does something where they, for the show match, they can fly people in. And then they broadcast the show match on the world's broadcast. But this was not the case this time. But if I remember right, the show match for set 16 was done offline. I do remember seeing like cams from Froden and stuff like this playing the new set. So yeah, the Misfortune is definitely working out nicely. I ended up going for Vanguard by... So I did like Arbiter with Leona and LeBlanc, Channeler with Misfortune and Mordekaiser, and then I did 4 Vanguards here. Yeah, you don't really have to play like this, but I don't know, I was just testing some stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways to optimize T3 reroll, but it definitely feels viable. Like Misfortune as a unit, it doesn't even have to be Challenger, right? Channeler. You can definitely do Replicator Misfortune. That should 100% work as well. I mean, like, if I add Sona, I get another unique trait, and I get Shepherd. So, I want to go 9 and add Sona here. I think that was one of the reasons why I did the LeBlanc here, because LeBlanc is Shepherd and Illaoi is Shepherd. There's another way to get the trait in. I don't think you're supposed to be mixing Misfits with Ras, though. I think they're kind of like... the Misfits trait one's like kind of the opposite. So, but yeah. I mean, I see a new augment, I kind of want to just click it. Oh, it's 2. The thing is, like, what's kind of awkward about the tier 5 side here is Morgana and Blitz, they fulfill kind of similar roles as like these AP tank type frontliners. Whereas Vex is like an AP attack speed. Like Vex is supposed to be an alternative to LeBlanc. Whereas like AP attack speed. Jewel, like something like Jewel, Nash, or Ginzo probably is gonna be the item build. So one of the reasons why you don't want Blitz as your main tank is he has an aggro drop where he regens HP once he drops. It's almost like he has a Radiant Eon or something like that in his kit. And so that makes it horrible as your main tank because he's gonna drop aggro and then your carries are gonna die. So yeah, Blitzcrank is definitely more in the... Like, he's a magic fighter, not a magic tank. 325 HP from the Misfits trait. Augment, I mean. Is finding 2-star legendaries easy now with 60 champions? I mean, we had... Guys, this is set 17. The unlock mechanic only existed for one set. I mean, it's just gonna be the same way like it used to be. Pink LeBlanc is like, she's a tier 4 unit. She's like an AP attack speed caster. She has like Arbiter, Shepherd. I don't know if she has a third trait. I don't remember. Okay, and here I'm kind of getting outscaled. So the guy has a Jhin too, who's one of the better legendaries. Oh, this is Graves, by the way. So Graves, he constantly gets upgrades. Okay, this is Sona. I think here we can see the Shepherd for the first time. This is the first summon you get from 3 Shepherd. Yeah, he has like a Jhin 2 with like crazy good items. I mean, his entire board is just sort of like outvaluing mine. So he has an Elder Dragon. He has Blitz 2, Nunu 2, Morgana 2, Jhin 2, Xayah 2. Yeah, that guy is really strong. You can see here his Elder Dragon is only 1 star, so I don't actually think his Elder Dragon is doing all that much. Actually, no, never mind. He's leading the damage charts. Never mind. Never mind, this itemless Elder Dragon just led the damage charts. I'll take everything back. Elder Dragon is broken. Please nerf. Have you had the chance to try out the Z augment during the playtest? Yeah, it was difficult to make it work though. And it was difficult to find Z 2-star as well. I mean, here's the thing about Elder Dragon though. Like, if you can reduce the amount of splash damage, you can reduce the amount of base AD, and you can just reach this point where he's like not broken anymore. It's just a numbers game, right? I mean, Mort said this himself. Like, there's a difference between, like, some units, there's always gonna be a number where some of these units will be balanced. Also, I think if your opponent has Elder Dragon, you might want to spread out a bit to minimize the splash damage. Yeah, I'm actually getting wrecked a little bit though by the Elder Xayah Jhin combo. His board is way better than mine, so... Oh, I think here I try to go for Vex 3, right? Because I'm out of time. But I'm level 9 with no dupe, so... Good luck! I just realized my comp is... I just realized my comp is not strong enough to beat him. But yeah. No Vex inside. I mean, you need level 10 for this type of play. Would have been cool if I could have like lived 1 round longer, go 10 and then sell, but yeah. It is what it is. I still like his comp though, so I don't mind losing here. It's perfectly fine that I get outvalued. Okay, and that was that game. GG. Okay, that's game number 2. I think before we go into the third game, I'll take a tiny break. Okay, what is the next game I wanted to show? Oh, it's actually the Sniper Jhin carry. Okay, it's this one. Okay, I'll just let this roll for a little bit and I'll return in a second. Be right back.
time on lock.
Shake it.
I've got this space time on lock.
Yeah. Okay. Can Elder Dragon be itemized? I believe you can itemize Elder Dragon, yes. Maybe they're gonna remove that though. Okie dokie, what do we have here? It's a new augment, backline blueprint. Oh, goodbye, new augment. Okay, so this is a timebreaker opener. So Ezreal Pantheon, a timebreaker. Every time you win, you get an orb you can sell for 1 XP. And every time you lose, you get a free reroll that will stack. From what I've seen, I actually really liked Pantheon as a early game frontline. So, like Ezreal, Gnar, Pantheon, that's a pretty solid start. Can definitely use that. Are there enough ingredients to cook with? Maybe. We'll see. The thing is, like, is it really about quantity? Like, having a few quality ingredients lets you do a lot more than a bunch of low-tier ingredients. So, quality over quantity, in my opinion. Like, I don't need 20 artifacts. I just need, like, 3 artifacts that are amazing and synergize with a lot of stuff. None of the gift stuffs I gave are here to enjoy the emojis.
They'll have to get through me.
There's no zillion to fix Timebreaker XP, right? No. I mean, to be fair, you don't have to sell uneven orbs, but... Oh yeah, he has one of the newer artifacts, the Ari thing. I believe it kind of works like the... It kind of works like that one anomaly thing. The... What's the name of it?
I've got this space time on lock.
Hey! Who's doing that? Stop! Eh! Yeah, this is, I mean, I tried making, I mean, you can make interactions technically with YouTube chat as well, but this is something YouTube could definitely improve. The redeem system in Twitch makes it a lot easier to have like an interactive stream. With YouTube, you would have to handle everything through commands, which is kind of a pain. Because you would also have to like memorize all the commands. Can Gwenduck dance? I mean, I can. I haven't used it in a while. You mean this one, right? poor Gwendak, man. When's the next time we're gonna see Shadow Isles or Gwen? Well, we technically have Space Groove Gwen here, but yeah. Poor Gwen. What is this? Oh, this is mystery loot. When you reach 50 gold, gain a component and will earn 4 gold. Yeah, it's like Aurelion is all like Aurelion reminds me the most of the legend, right? Because with Aurelion, it's a lot about like these quests type things that just accelerate your level rush. Which also means I will likely not like Aurelion's soul very much when I see him. Because he always has this favor that gives you 20 gold when reaching 9. So I feel like when you see Aurelion in your like starting screen, it's gonna be like, well, time to level 9 rush, because otherwise I'm way behind tempo. At least there's Timebreaker to fix the cognitive tax augment. Carousels are gone for this set, but they'll probably return. They will probably return. Who's that on the left? Who's on the left? What do you mean? Oh, you mean Thresh. Was Thresh on the left. Yeah, so here I ended up getting a duplicator from Thresh and a bunch of units, and the other guy got a small duplicator. And I also know you can get a pocket recombobulator, so yeah, there's a lot of outcomes you can get. It's such an evil augment. Gain 1 gold and 1 XP. It's actually untakeable. At least, I mean, you can use Timebreaker to fix it, but it is quite the evil augment. Yeah, for me, Rast is just, I don't know, he kind of just feels like Leona, you know, it's like nice tier 3 tank, can put it in, fits into everything. Really strong value for stage 2 and 3. I like Rast a lot. I will be curious to see if we can make Samira work. The thing is, like, her damage is just so low. Whenever an enemy is knocked up, deal 55 physical damage. I don't know, man. It's just, like, I think right now I'm just testing the knockup of Samira together with the Rast knockup, right? So if you pay close attention, if Rast finishes his cast, he will knock up people, and then Samira should deal some damage to them. Let's see. It's hard to spot though. I feel like Talia was easier to follow with the Stone Chuck. I mean, she's the Riot Fun approved version of Talia, I would say. Talia was, I think, a lot crazier in terms of damage. They went like very safe with Samira. So I have my doubts that Samira, like that the knockup comp will actually work. I have my doubts about that. Because if you take a look at the numbers and the amount of knockups you have, I just don't think you have anything comparable. I mean, Talia also had stuff like Cyan in late game, and he was just like charging across the entire board, knocking everybody up, which was like so awesome. And the thing is, like, with Talia, we also had stuff like Trickster's Class, which I think we don't have anymore. So it's gonna be harder to create duplicates. It's like Darius Execute, it doesn't exist. Darius Execute, man, that's such a meme. I mean, the thing is, like, Double Trouble doesn't exist anymore. They replaced it with Tutanki. Tutanki gives you bonus HP, and when one of them dies, the other one gains a shield. It's a very, very defensive version of Double Trouble. Does Cho have a knockup? No. Talon rerollable? I think so, yeah. Especially with the right Stargazer. What are my hobbies outside of this? This is not my hobby, this is my job. TFT is not my hobby, TFT is 100% my job. Set 17 will be on PBE in Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So in like 2 days, 2-3 days. Right now we're just watching a recording of a playtest. Like the Samira damage is there. I mean, it is a 2-star tier 3 unit in stage 3-1. So it would kind of be awkward to have her be weak at this moment, but yeah. I'm still not that convinced. Especially like if you like, the thing is like, why play Samira if you can be like, oh, I'll just play like replica, I'll just play Replicator Misfortune and just hit the enemy backline. And that's probably gonna feel like a million times more useful. Cho does not have a knockup. Cho has like an eating and gaining permanent HP type spell. I'd have to double check who has a knockup. Like Samira has a knockup herself. Ras has a knockup. Nunu has a big AoE knockup. But then then I actually have to think a lot about who has a knockup in this set. I think the original Meepsy does have one, like the non-hero Meepsy has a knockup. Well, technically hero Meepsy has a knockup too. My hobby is swimming in the pond, eating bread, annoying old people. Does that count as a hobby? Getting chased by dogs. The groove is a pretty strange trait. I don't know, like Space Groove was a weird trait to play. I'm not fully convinced by it. My hobby is role-playing. No Ras 2-star, sadly. Yeah, I'm not sure about Samira yet. I also wonder if she's gonna need like either attack speed or a Shojin or something. Time will tell. It's also unclear if she needs more space grooves to properly function. She does feel like, overall Samira does feel quite similar to Misfortune, so I'm not sure if she's gonna have that much of a purpose. But right now she feels too slow. Like, I don't have a generator, right? Like, I think I wanted to do Ginzo here as the mana generator, but she probably needs Shojin or Ginzo to cast multiple times. Like, pure DPS doesn't work. You can only do this with like something like Jhin. After fielding 6 non-unique traits in a player combat, get a random emblem and a Reforger. Yeah, so Aurelian keeps giving you like quests that have like rewards if you accomplish the condition. He doesn't give you straight up power. Diana was a 3 cost and she was honestly quite good. I like Diana. If you have a good Arbiter trait, I can see Diana reroll working. Changes to items. I think the only change is that we get the divine artifacts and we remove the darken artifacts. I think that's the main item change. Yeah, Space Groove is supposed to be a vertical, but yeah, we'll see. I haven't actually seen people play Space Groove all that much. Did you know bread is bad for ducks? Yes, I know. It's especially the white bread because it quills up in their stomach, and it's also fairly nutritional deficient. Like, it can cause nutritional deficiency, and it can cause them to drown because it like soaks up water and stays in their stomach. That's why you should feed like full seeds and stuff like this to ducks. Just healthier for them. I think artifacts are a lot better to sets because they're adding these 9 divine artifacts that they're looking pretty interesting. Especially the Yasuo artifact was quite interesting to play around. Eating grapes is great. It's just something natural, I suppose. Okay, we finally got the Ginzo and we got ourselves Marauder Emblem. This was from the Aurelian quest, right? Yeah. I mean, this item build you can do like Samira into Jhin technically, because I'm pretty sure Jhin doesn't mind having Ginzo, IE, and Striker.
I'm gonna clean this galaxy from the inside out.
Set release will be Tuesday evening or Wednesday. Depends on your time zone as well. If you're Europe, it's gonna be like, I don't know, like 9 p.m. Tuesday. If you're like Asia, then it's gonna be like probably like 3 or 4 in the morning on Wednesday. Now, divine artifacts are treated the same as artifacts. They can appear in Portable Forge. Yeah, this Samira is already looking a lot healthier with the Ginzo. Definitely looks better. Voyager emblem. Yeah, that's a pretty strange one because you get like different values. Yeah, so in case you're wondering, there's this psionic item on Nar. It can reduce armor by a flat amount, but it has a cooldown. So, for example, like you can see like how Misfortune and Samira, they have a lot like small ticks of damage. Unfortunately, this doesn't properly work. The same way Blighting Jewel has an eternal cooldown, this psionic item also has a cooldown. So it's not gonna be that efficient at reducing somebody to 0 armor. Best user probably is Graves because of his buckshot. So Graves definitely looked like the most, or like he looked like the best user for this item. Wario, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. Radiant Kale artifact is just double the stats. I mean, it has a pretty decent amount of like base stats, and the other 2 items transform Radiant after like, I don't know, after like 16 rounds in combat or something. Will the god system get boring? Doesn't matter. It's just gonna be like here for a few months and then they're gonna go back to carousels as far as I know. Pretty sure the carousels being gone is a one-time thing. I always watch your videos to fall asleep since like a year, first time catching you live. Oh, does that mean you couldn't sleep well in March? I'm so sorry. But no worries. There will be a lot of videos from now on. Lifting competition is definitely removed, I think. Yeah, like lifting competition has to be removed because there's not even a tier 5 brawler. Lifting competition only made sense in combination with the unlock mechanic as well. Is there an augment for Kayn? I don't know. So glad you're back. I'm so glad you guys are back. I mean, Kayn carry could be fun, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I just hope that hero augments will be a bit more impactful. I felt like if I had a criticism for set 16, I was actually not happy with the state of hero augments in 16. Not only did we have very few hero augments, the ones we got were pretty whatever. So definitely hoping to have more fun with hero augments in the future. Loving this Jhin though, man. Jhin is a lot of fun. Look at that. Nice try, Aurelian. Also, I need to check how Yasuo works with the Jhin. Yasuo artifact with Jhin is big question for me. I tried playing the non-mech Aurelion, like the one with the laser, and that guy just straight up deals negative damage, man. Like I was like, what are they like? What were they thinking? You know, I don't know. The non-upgraded Aurelion, it just felt like for a tier 4 unit, his damage was a joke. Did we ever had an Omega boring Jhin unit? Yeah, I think so. I think we had some Jhins that were a little bit lame. But to be fair, like the peak of Jhin is just very high. Like set 10 Jhin was crazy. This Jhin is also a lot of fun, so. Pretty strong Kai'Sa here with 6 Darkstar. So this is when you reach level 9, gain 20 gold. And this is a random boon from any god. Will I make more collab videos with Brother Man? We'll see. I mean, Shoko and TFT is definitely an interesting journey. He seems pretty taken in by Slay the Spire, so we'll see, we'll see. I believe there's no Rakan, and the Xayah is a Guild Xayah reprint, but she's very strong. Probably the strongest tier 4 unit we have at the moment. Oh, so this is a bug in case you're wondering. Very unfortunate for me. So instead of getting a random boon, I get an item that says random boon. So, not exactly what I wanted. I think when right now I'm confused. Like right now I'm like, am I supposed to give this item to a unit and then something happens? I was like, what is happening? Like I'm trying to read it. It's like, what is happening? So right now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm supposed to give this to a unit. So I give it to Nunu and then nothing is happening. And I'm like, okay, well that was not it. So yeah, I'm down one of my god choices here, unfortunately, because of this. I think aura farming is gonna be pretty good in this set. Like Sona, Morgana, Vex, Graves, you can easily play around those. Blitzcrank is always a nice aura farming just to have happen for the front line, so same for Shen. Honestly, I think aura farming is gonna be really good in this set. Just like low rolling aura farming, I think, is gonna be difficult. Can Lulu be a carry this set? She maybe. So the problem with Lulu is like she has 2 parts in her spell, and the second part of her spell changes according to, like, it can change at the start of the game. So Lulu carry might need a specific secondary effect to function. Reforge the random boon. This is a recording, so it's not like I can change any of my decisions here. But it probably wouldn't do anything. It's just a bugged out item. Yeah, this guy just ran over me at the moment. Okay. So this sword thingy in the middle, you see this is coming from Shen. The way it kind of works is that if it gives a buff in a circle, and if you are a tank or a fighter, I think you get a defensive buff, and the others get an offensive buff, like attack speed or something. I'd have to reread exactly what the Bulwark trait does, but it was something like that. So Thresh Blessing is that you constantly roll a dice, and the dice can give you like loot, it can give you gold. So here it rolled a 1 and I got gold. And next round it's gonna roll again, and then it's gonna roll again. So it's like it's a constant RNG roll, and you can get a combat buff where you get like HP, you can get gold, It's stuff like that. I mean, the thing is, like, the actual, like, 4th augment boons, they're not intended to be, like, game-changing. Because if they make the 4th boon too powerful, then people will always make their decisions to align with a specific god. And Riot doesn't want that. Riot wants the decision to be based on multiple factors. So every time the 4th augment here, or like the final boon, is too powerful, you can expect Riot to nerf it. So in this case, we got like the Thresh randomized roll stuff, but yeah. 4/7 does not have a creep round anymore. No, it's a rerollable item armory, plus you get a guaranteed 4th augment with a fairly low power input. Yeah, with fairly low power. Have I seen the for fun patch changes for Sid 16? I saw that you can get Zahen now without the hero augment, which was predictable, but still nice. Oh yeah, wait, is this game? I think something fun might happen in this game. We'll see. Trying to remember if it's this game or not. This was a 2 roll, which gives me... I think this was a combat buff, the 2. It's like HP or something. Or attack speed. Man, I could use more frontline, that's for sure. I have way too much backline and not enough front. I mean, Ilaoi gives me... Like, I removed some snipers here, I think, to just try to add more frontline at the moment. To help out the Jhin a bit more. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I said it in the first impressions video, but I'm pretty sure, I think it's safe to say that Jhin will be more popular than Graves, just because of how visually satisfying his ability is. People will play, and he's also very useful as 1-star, so Jhin will see a lot of play. Okay, what did we get here? We got Kindred and Corki. I mean, it feels like the Thresh boon definitely can potentially give you a lot of power, but it's kind of balanced by... It's kind of balanced by you not having control over what you're getting. Command a unit to reduce their mana cost by 15%. Pretty good. Like, for the mechas, it's kind of a bit strange. I like Aurelion, at least the like, Wargod, I like both forms. Aurelion, I like the transformed form, and Galio is a miss at the moment for me. It's hard to make out what Galio is supposed to be doing, and most of the time he feels rather underwhelming. So I feel like they still have some work on Galio. He's supposed to be like this 80 tank or 80 fighter-ish. I don't even know if Galio is a tank or not. But I think he's supposed to be like an 80 tank-ish unit, but doesn't really feel like... He's not dealing enough damage to justify the 80 part of it, but he's also... His kit doesn't really give him a lot of protection, so... putting tank items on Galio also doesn't feel that satisfying. So... Galio right now is a bit of a miss for me. Oh, we got a Jhin mirror. Same item build as well. Rip me. We went for Ornn. I'm struggling. No. I mean, Ornn is a decent tank. I probably should have played more Ornn in the playtest. He felt fairly useful. What is this? Command a unit to stun enemies within 3 hexes if it dies. Yeah, somebody in Discord did the question whether or not this would work on Z clones. Like, if Z copies himself, does he also copy the mod? And would the mod work? Because if it works, then maybe there's some shenanigans with this Disruptor mod plus Horizon Focus on Z, and then just create a bunch of AoE exploding copies. Could be fun if it works like that. So that's something on my to-do list. Okay, we got another double T4 unit here, Kindred and Nunu again. Got a Sona too. Yeah, with Nunu, I feel like Nunu is probably gonna need a Protector's Vow to get the ult faster, and even with Protector's Vow, like, I actually no. Nunu definitely needs Protector's Vow. Because right now he's just taking too long to function. Choo. Man, but Jhin is satisfying to play. You don't even need that many snipers. I just have a lot of snipers partly because of the emblem here, but yeah. Jhin does not need a lot of snipers to function. I think a dual setup with Xayah is easy. It's another double tier 4 unit. I actually got a lot of value now from the Thresh. Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out who's the better tank. Because what's weird is Shen is not a tank. Shen is a fighter. So Blitzcrank is a magic fighter. Shen is a magic fighter. It makes it really, really awkward with itemization. Because you would think that it makes sense to put like these tank items on Shen and Blitz, but it's actually not optimal. So I think that's gonna be a noob trap at the beginning of the set. The way you itemize your front line. I hate the moment when I can only watch a new set but I can't play it. Really? I love watching when like a new game comes out and stuff like this. I love watching other streamers even if I can't play it at the moment. I just want to soak up the knowledge. Oh, please tell me I give it to Jhin. Yes! Double strike Jhin. Okay. I probably should have... I don't think I right-click him here, but I probably should have right-clicked him. Just to see if his AD spikes during the double strike. Maybe I do it. I don't remember if I did it or not, but it would be cool to know. This guy has 6 blitzcranks. He's going for blitz 3 or something. Let's see. The double strike is working, I think. Yeah, so I actually, I'm wondering, like, it looks like he's actually firing faster instead of gaining an 80 spike, right? Oh. Because usually when you do like a Blade Master effect on a unit like Jhin, he would, instead of firing faster, he would just like gain a ton of 80. But here it actually looks like he's firing faster. It's interesting to know. More Thresh dice. Namikama. Yeah, you seem to getting that double tier 4 outcome a lot. Oh, and that is Galio 3-star. That is a 3-star tier 4 unit. Galio 3-star. With Aurelion 1 and Ogre 2. Yeah, he has a Grave 2, but his items are kind of bad. And well, after this game, I wrote to Riot. I'm like, hey guys, I think Galio's 3-star could use a buff. I don't think Galio... I mean, to be fair, like his backline was a bit messy, but man, like that was very, very underwhelming from the Galio 3-star. But you know who's not underwhelming? Blitzcrank 3. I can already spoil you one thing about Blitz 3. Pay attention to what happens at the end of the fight, because for the first time, I believe in TFT history, a 3-star legendary will interact with the enemy little legend. Like, watch this. Knock up, knock up, knock up, knock up. And now... No! He actually pulled. He pulled my sprite. What a jerk. GG. Okay, so... It's kind of cool. Like, we've been... You know how often we've asked Riot that... Hey, can you, like, make Urgot hook the enemy little legend? Oh yeah, I guess Warwick jumped him maybe, but... Like, we've always asked for, like, hey, can Urgot please, like, hook the enemy little legend and grind them up or something? But, yeah. Having the little legend get hooked is also pretty fun. We saw stuff with Warwick and Victor. Real? Oh, the 7 costs from... I mean, the 6 costs from 13. Okay. I guess. Well, YouTube engagement bait, I suppose. YouTube engagement bait. Works for me. Okay. So I think the way we're gonna do this... I'll actually I'll show some of the other stuff right now. I got my 3 YouTube games for tomorrow, so I'll just show you a bunch of games that are not gonna make it onto YouTube and just talk a little bit over them. So this is my second game of the playtest where I tried playing Anima. Be right back.
They'll have to get through me.
They try to knock me down, but I have a low center of gravity.
They'll have to get through me. where my research takes me.
Sorry, I had to take care of something. Okay, I'm back now. I mean, this game is not gonna make it onto YouTube anyway, so no problem. The duck is sleeping with his eyes open. Yeah, we were actually wondering how to fix this AFK duck staring. But initially I was like, you know what? I mean, technically duck stare, maybe we should even make an emote. I can just make a duck stare that people can spam when I'm away from the keyboard. Oh. Yeah, I am now officially a VTuber, yes. This would be considered a VTuber, yes. One might even argue I'm the most successful VTuber in TFT. Ho, ho, ho. That is not PB, no, this is coming from a playtest. Am I a furry VTuber? I'm trying not to be. I am. We like the duck feathers, they're very like, we try to keep it to a minimum to go away from the furry mindset. We love to argue, but TFT has a VTuber before, VTuber Nico, that they advertise the set with. Yeah, I suppose. Although her shorts didn't have that many views. What's a tank unit? That's Urgot. He's actually one of my favorite units, I think. Goodbye. So Urgot is a triple trait. He's Mecha, Marauder, and I forgot the third one. And you can use like a consumable to upgrade him into a siege tank, and then he gets like he requires 2 unit slots. Gets a bunch of bonus stats and a slightly changed ability. It's pretty fun though, like both Urgot and Aurelian are fun. It's just Galio that bothers me in the mech trade. Hey guys! Imagine trying to play a lose streak Anima trade and there's an AFK in your lobby. Rip me. Rip me. And people are like, why didn't you play Anima? Well, that's why. This is what happened all the time. How the AFKs in the playtest? They couldn't connect effectively. So what happened here is that their client crashed in loading screen and they weren't able to properly reconnect. And this is why we ended up with an AFK here. This actually happened more than once, which is why I got too tired to play Anima for the rest of the playtest.
Feel the sun's glory.
Was there a set with no lose streak trait? Yes, there was. Let me try to remember. Well, for starters, there was a set where the only lose streak came from an augment, which was somewhere around 11 or 12. 11 or 12 didn't have a dedicated lose streak trait. And you would actually have to take an augment that would give you the lose streak trait. Crystal Gambit? I guess Crystal Gambit was more win streak than lose streak, I suppose. I love seeing this. Unfortunately, it's a really difficult word to pronounce, but I'll just call it like, I don't know, Divine Forge. Or the Divine Artifacts. They are, like, I mean, Echo's Patience, I tried taking it, but it wasn't that impressive. I think this is the first, right, this is the first time I'm seeing them. Evelyn's Instinct is actually kind of nice. Evelyn's Instinct is something I want to try more. This game, I decided to go with Echo's Patience, so it's like you get more AP, but the damage is spread out. Quite frankly, I don't know how to use this artifact. It actually felt worse than a craftable item most of the time. So I don't really know the purpose of this artifact. Quite frankly, I don't think it's worth taking. It's because it's like, you would have to combine it with a unit that would want their damage to be a dot, but the thing is, like, there's a rule in TFT, which is that burst is better than damage over time, because, like, you can't react to burst. So I don't know, it's kind of strange. Blighting has too much of a cooldown to justify. Like, technically you could combine it with Blighting, but that's like double artifact. So I think maybe it's supposed to be combined with Blighting. Like, I'm not even joking. Blighting gives you like 60 AP or something and some mana regen. And so the high AP from Blighting would synergize with Echo's Patience, maybe. And then the dot would synergize with the MR reduction from Blighting. So maybe it is supposed to be an artifact combo. But that one's hard. Like, Echo's Patience, here's the thing, right? It reads like it's useful, but I think it's actually a lot less useful than you think. Like, I took this artifact more than once, and every time I played it, I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I mean, technically, Aurora already has a dot, so it's a bit hard to actually see the value here. Combine crit, damage amp, and Echo's Patience for huge damage. Yeah, you mean stacking the different amplifiers with each other? But here's the thing. Wouldn't you just rather have more crit or more damage amp, right? The thing is, like, it's gonna have to compete with something like Jewel Double Nashor, and you're giving up an augment for it. And this is my problem. I feel like something like Jewel Double Nashor will likely outperform something like the Echo artifact every time. So yeah, for me, the Echo artifact is still a bit of a mystery on who's supposed to be good with it and why. At least the other artifacts, they were a little bit more clear-cut on who's supposed to be good with them and what the artifact is actually supposed to be doing. The Evelyn gives like a bunch of stats, Omnivamp, and it gives you, I think, an execute effect. It was something else, I don't know. I have to reread it again. I don't have everything memorized yet. Like it's hard to memorize stuff when you don't have like a Tactic.tools team builder where you can just read everything. Oh yeah, what was 5 Anima again? I got the emblem here, right? Which is why I committed for it. It should work the other way around. Instead of dealing damage, it should stack it up and give it out all at once.
My god doesn't want peace.
Oh, right. 5 Anima gives a combat boost based on missing health. It's supposed to be like, I think it's supposed to be a combat mechanic together with Fiora. It's like, you get Fiora, which gives you 5 Anima, which gives you combat buff to help you win fights. And then Fiora helps you to regain HP to get out of kill range. I think that's the intent. Nah, the cash out list, you're probably gonna have to wait for like Wednesday, Thursday for it. You're not allowed to data mine in the playtest. So we need to wait until the set hits PBE server, and then the PBE is gonna get data mined. The 2 gods are the same for all the players. So every player in this game has to make the decision between, like, what was it, Varus and Evelyn? So every player has to choose either Varus or Evelyn. But I think what they're offered is different. I think the gods are the same. I don't think every player was offered a 3-star. Actually, no. I actually think the boons are the same too, no? Yeah, I think the boons are the same too, because like there are some boons that interact with how many players have taken them, and those boons only make sense if everybody gets the same. So yeah, I think everybody gets the same thing offered. I think what is different is the components, maybe. Actually, but even there, I'm not fully sure. People might see the same components offered, because some of the components are tied to the boon. We've seen a 1000 cash out in some footage. It's like probably like some China client where they just like, I don't know. It does piss me off a little bit that the set isn't even out and people make videos about every 3-star legendary and every perfect Anima cash out and whatnot. That's like, dude, chill. But the problem is they're doing this like not in a very legit way. They just literally get a custom setup where they can do whatever they want. Oh yeah, this guy has Talon 3. Arbiter Talon. Talon is strong though, like his dot hits really hard. Like you can see how the Aurora is just like dying to a single Talon step. So I ended up being annoyed by the Echo artifact, so I reforged it and I ended up getting the Yasuo artifact, which is probably my favorite artifact in the game right now. The way it works is that every 3 seconds you get a bonus auto attack, and if your target has more than 70% health, you get 2 bonus attacks instead of 1 bonus attack. And there's a lot of units that can be really good with this, you know, like Jhin can be fun with this, Caitlyn can be cool with it. It's definitely, like, it reminded me a little bit about the Maddie the Betty thing, where it's like every few seconds you get like a free cast. Kind of, like, it reminded me of that, so I was happy about that. What's the difference between playtest and PBE? So playtest is a short event with streamers and influencers to sort of like advertise the set. And the PBE is a test server that's available to the public. The set is gonna be on the test server for like 2 weeks and then it's gonna go live. I mean, you can still find it on the test server afterwards for the new patches, but yeah. Is there a lot of trade-specific augments? I don't know, I don't have the augment list. We didn't play that many games, right? And I don't have an augment list, so can't answer that. I've seen some of them that are the opposite, you know, like gain health for every unique trait on your board and stuff like that. I've seen some of those at least. There's a Anima augment where you get 3 Anima units and 10 player health. Which is, I think, an exact reprint of the Ishtal one, but yeah, whatever. What artifact am I aiming for? That's a good question. What was I aiming for this game? I'm not sure. I remember. I wanted to know, so I reforged the Echo one into the Blade one. And I wanted to know if Pandora cycles within the Divine Artifacts, or if Divine Artifacts can become normal artifacts. And I got the answer here, so a Divine Artifact became a normal artifact. And now I wanted to know if a normal artifact can Pandora into a Divine Artifact, so I'm just gonna let this roll here. So what I'm doing here is just testing. Right. That was the mindset. I was just trying to find an answer how the artifact interacts with Reforger and Pandora. So yeah, this is just a game for science. That one's honestly kind of sick. A 234 unit for 3 health. It's pretty strong. I mean, I do believe Divine Artifacts are supposed to work exactly like Darken Artifacts in terms of like... Hey. I feel like Fishbones might be... I can actually do... Technically, I could do Fishbones Kindred here. Although, no, actually, no, she's supposed to mark the unit multiple times, right? Yeah, so Fishbones isn't actually that good here on Kindred. I feel like Fishbones Graves might be really fun. You can give Graves multiple range upgrades. So it's definitely possible to create a Graves that can potentially hit board wide. And then you give Graves Fishbones and he can go crazy and just hit everybody on the board. So Fishbones Graves is definitely on my to-do list for this set. Oh yeah, here the opponent has Zed, by the way. And Zaya is rolling over. Zaya once is destroying my entire team. Thanks for that. Yeah, Zaya once is just ridiculous. I would say there's a lot of shenanigans in this set. I have a lot of ideas of things I want to pursue, so I'm feeling quite motivated to investigate. I think I give Mittens to Diana because she has a lot of attack speed related things in her kit. And I figured she might be able to help me. Yeah, so I think Diana has a weird thing going on where more attack speed means her orbs spin faster or something like that. Unfortunately, I got Talent. RIP. I don't know. I don't think Vertical will be that good in this set. I'm pretty sure Verticals will struggle. Like 7 Meeple, I think, is just combat-wise not strong enough. Same for 6 Darkstar. It's just a mid-game trade. It might be a way to play like 7 Space Groovin late, but... the way modern TFT is designed is that a lot of these verticals means you either get the prismatic or you pivot out of it. Or you just stay on the vertical and just accept the fact that you're gonna get outvalued and you just take it top 4, go next. So something you can see, I can actually, wait, I can, this is not going on YouTube anyway, so I can show this. Attacks hit the target and all adjacent enemies for 30% of basic attack damage. Omnivamp applies 150% to this damage. And there's a Briar bonus. If this item is equipped on Briar, on cast, this effect happens 6 times. So one of the ways these Anima items function is that they are way stronger on Anima units specifically. So you're actually gonna keep them. I think I also saw like an Ilaoi tentacle item and stuff like this. So I think you're supposed to stay within Anima even if you do the cash out. The final blessing in 4-7 will always be the same. So there's 9 blessings in total. There's 1 for each space god. And you always know which one it is. There's like 9 blessings in total. With the boons into 4, 3-4, and 4-4, you don't know exactly what you're getting. It's gonna be a selection of... Usually there's like 3 or 4 choices that can appear. Is Blitz or Shen a tank? They're technically fighters. Both of them are designated fighters. So you are not supposed to itemize them as full tanks. They are tanky, but they're not exactly tanks. They're just really tanky fighters. Like Blitz is more on the jewel. Like Blitz is actually kind of deep in terms of a damage dealer, whereas I mean Shen can do nice damage as well, but Shen like a lot of his value just comes from his bulwark trait. Are there real 5-cost tanks? I don't think so. No. Let me double check. Bard, no. Like Blitzcrank is a fighter, Fiora is a fighter, Graves is carry, Jhin is carry, Morgana is a fighter, Jhin is a fighter, Sona. No, I don't believe there's any T5 tanks. I mean, the thing is, like, technically, Shen and Blitz will be treated as frontline / tanks, but I don't think we have any, like, pure 5-cost dedicated tanks. That's a set mechanic again. I would probably just recommend to do the command set 17 and just watch the first part of the video, because I go over the set mechanic in detail. Mordok said 5-cost tanks are not going to be made anymore as a design decision. I feel like every set they're gonna add more and more rules, and sets are gonna feel more and more restrictive as a consequence of it. I don't know if I feel like as a TFT designer, there's gonna be this point where you're just gonna have to like follow too many rules. Oh yeah, this guy actually has a stacking Cho'Gath here, right? Cho'Gath 3-star. Decent amount of HP. I mean, Worth the Wait Cho should be pretty fun to play. Maybe you can do like Worth the Wait Cho with a 7 meeple. Try to do Cho's 4-star ASAP. Yeah, Aurelian, he got me. Set 50, you can't breathe while re-rolling. Oh, I think I know. Like, I hover blighting just to confirm that it still has a cooldown. I was like, okay, can I pick lighting? And then I was like, no, I can't. Okay, go next. Are you happy you got the adaptive trait back? What do you mean? Oh, you mean Arbiter? We'll see. I mean, like initial first impression, yes, I'm happy. I mean, I loved admin, right? But Riot also has been very careful about admin, right? Like, part of the fun of admin was that it was powerful. So if the Arbiter trait is so gutted that you don't really feel like anything you do makes a difference, then I'll end up not caring about the trait. Because let's be real, when you play something, you want it to be strong. It's only like stuff only tends to be fun if it's actually like strong. You can, like, if you have the craziest interaction ever, but it's always an 8, like, why would you go for it, right? I kind of like there's no 5-cost tank, it's less annoying this way. No Ornn recon stun from current set is good. We'll see. But yeah, I ended up getting another Briar outcome here at 300, and I also take it. This gives me a Briar 3 plus... I mean, I could give this item to Briar, but I don't have to. I think I end up giving this item to Kindred, because she's a auto-attacker. Commander Duck skin this time. What do you mean Commander? There's no Commander skin line. I mean, there's Psionic Duck, but... But yeah, I think Meepsy does have an A... Wait, look at this, look at this. Ah, did you see that Horizon Meepsy value? Beautiful. So this is the non-hero Meepsy, and she does a knock-up in the in the row of the target. And because my opponent had so many units in the first row, I got like crazy Horizon value. And I'm dead. No, I got piked. This is a Pike Hero augment with the Evelyn artifact. It's very strong. Okay, we can also show this one. This is also a failed game.
I offer many paths to tranquility.
It's actually kind of difficult to do back-to-back games like this and narrate over them. Because I talk more than if I play, so I can feel my jaw getting tired. What is your opinion on the fact that a lot of 5-costs are flex and non-slot in trade? I mean, it's fine, right? It's part of the modern TFT design. Yeah, Sona has a unique trait where you can get the mods. The gods are the same for all players? Yes. The mods and the boons, I believe, are the same for all players. Otherwise, it would probably be too unfair.
Feel the sun's glory.
Tactician's Crown got its first player in check. Who's in check? Can you spoil it? I mean, I doubt anybody in this chat cares about what's happening in Tech Crown. Otherwise, they would be watching it. Disco Ball Victor. Yeah, Victor is pretty solid, I would say, in the early mid game. He has nice damage. Well, useful. Saya will be check. Who was Saya? Was he China? The Shao can also be potentially in check if first. Okay, so Arbiter. For each interest you would gain every 4 seconds when an enemy dies. I'm actually gonna pause here so we can properly read everything. So, every 4 seconds you have an 80% chance to gain a Leona at combat end. All Arbiters gain 10% attack speed. All Arbiters gain 40 armor at magic resist. I mean, the problem is there aren't that many Arbiter units, right? There's Leona, Zoe, Diana, and LeBlanc. So if you do something that buffs only Arbiters, you need to keep in mind that unless you play too tanky, like I feel like Arbiter might be a good trade for too tanky, right? Because Diana would like the bonus HP in the shield, Leona would like it, and if you do too tanky with Arbiter, and you take something that buffs all Arbiters, you buff your entire team. So this is something to keep in mind. Too tanky might be good for Arbiter. How the percentage works is I don't exactly know yet. I've taken this Leona outcome a few times, but I don't think I've ever gotten 2 Leonas from it. So it might just stack the percentages. So taking something like every 4 seconds you have a 80% chance to gain a Leona, it just means if the fight is long, you are close to 100% chance to gain a Leona at combat end. That's how I would expect it to work. When an enemy dies, you have an 80% chance to gain Leona. All Arbiters gain attack speed. All Arbiters gain... Oh, so It's actually always the same effect, but the values are slightly adjusted based on the cause I just saw. So the effect is always the same, and the values is adjusted. I don't think this will be broke, no. Avatar didn't even feel that strong. So for each interest you would gain, you have a 20% chance to gain Leona. Avatars gain 8% attack speed. Avatars gain. I mean, this one can be like, for each interest you would gain, this can be interesting. So assuming you're 50 gold, right? That's like a 40% attack speed at the start of combat. Or like, I mean 50, no 40. And then it's like 50 armor MR at the start of combat. But yeah. Which one do I end up taking here? I don't remember. So when an enemy dies, gain 18% chance to find Leona. Honestly, I probably should have went with the every 4-second one in hindsight, but... I'm pretty sure I've never gotten 2 Leonas. Like, either I got 0 Leonas or I got 1 Leona. I don't think I got anything else. Oh yeah, I got Caretaker Zoe, which is why I committed onto Arbiter, I remember now. I mean, we can keep an eye out on it, right? Like, we can check if there's like a fight where I kill 5 enemies and don't get a Leona or something, and that can give us some info. Can't wait to permaplay Jhin, he's cool. Yeah, he's very cool. Oh, the other ones was 18% for Print Leona. Yeah, the values are slightly adjusted based on cause and effect. I mean, here I killed nothing, so I should not get a Leona here. This is against bots? No, this is against other people that did playtest. I don't know who they are because you're not supposed to name change, but it's just influencers, streamers, people who didn't make worlds. I do have a Pike game. I might show it tomorrow though, but I do have a Pike game that properly showcases his hero augment. Unfortunately, the late game was rough for me, but if I pause, this is a recording. This is just a VLC player here. I just record games from my playtest that I'm showing on stream, so you guys can see some gameplay. I mean, Zoe, like, her ability looks nice, but it didn't feel very useful, even as 3-star. Overall, I feel like tier 2 units are kind of kept on the weaker end. I feel like Riot really wants Reroll to be just tier 3. Your next shop contains all 3-cost units. The first one you buy is free. Gain 6 gold. If at least 5 players choose this, gain 1 more gold. There's I think the Varus one, there's a boon that gives you a full legendary shop. Yeah, I think there's a 5-cost shop boon where you just get... Oh, so in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm trying to figure out how many people took the right side. So I was like cheating. I was like spam returning to the board and to the carousel. I did mention this to Riot that I don't think this will be very healthy. That you can kind of like spot the amount of people, because like the thing is like whoever takes the left side has a pink orb, whoever has the right side has a green orb. So you can definitely estimate on what choices the different players made. And considering there's a lot of like prisoner dilemma type choices, you like this is gonna be really annoying behavior, because then you want to pick like really late, and you're gonna have to like constantly spam swap to figure out how many people took what. So hopefully this won't be possible in the future, because that's gonna be a really annoying player habit. Like the thing is, this is one of these things you want to remove ASAP, because it's gonna be bad for viewing experience as well. Like if every streamer is like constantly spam swapping his board, it's gonna be annoying to watch. So yeah, Riot is gonna have to figure out a solution. The problem is not allowing players to watch their own board before making the boon choice is not a good solution either. Because sometimes you really want to see what your board has before making the decision. Yeah, but I think I might take a break after this game and keep the rest of the games for tomorrow. It is a little bit awkward to be streaming while Worlds is going on. Although Worlds might be over soon, but still, I'm kind of tired now. Explain Misfortune. Put her on the board, you can choose her class between Channeler, Challenger, or Replicator, and she gets a different spell based on the class you've chosen. You can obviously reset it. She will always be an AD caster, but her spell, like for example, like Replicator can hit the backline. I think Challenger was more single target, so it's like very front to back, and Channeler can hit like 2 units at the same time. What about Mugenics? I'm not really like, I haven't touched Mugenics in a long time. I don't think I'll be playing any Mugenics or Slay the Spire in the foreseeable future.
Feel the sun's glory.
17 a better game mechanic than 16. As a set mechanic, it's nothing too crazy. The Space God system, it's honestly it's just a different take on encounter. So the visual part of it is cool, like the Hades style animations and stuff like this, but if you really dumb it down to what it does, it really is just encounter with extra steps. So yeah, in terms of coolness factor, 16 had the better set mechanic, but the thing is, like, you can't always top each other, right? Like continuously topping the set mechanic is just not possible. I mean, like, Misfortune can change her ability and Riven can change her damage. But Riven can't actually change her spell. There's a Space Groove emblem, yeah. I think the only traits that don't have an emblem, like Mecha should not have an emblem, because that one wouldn't make any sense. Is there any other? I think there's a few traits that don't make sense. But Space Groove actually has a prismatic, so you will need emblems for that. Oh, so here I'm testing something. So Malware Matrix reduces armor whenever you deal damage. And as you could see, Misfortune has the... she has a lot of like small increments of damage. So what I'm doing in this game, I want to test if there's a cooldown on the item or not. I want to do Disco Ball Victor with Space Groove emblem. I mean, it would work, yes. Dealing physical damage reduces armor by 2. So you can see 45, 43, etc, etc. But she ends up bolting on somebody else, so this is awkward. Maybe we can see it here. We can't. So yeah. I managed to always click on the wrong units, but as a spoiler, as a spoiler. It has an internal cooldown, so it is not good with stuff like Channeler Misfortune. I mean, it's still good, but it's nothing broken. I think all the emblem recipes are already up in the data websites. Stargazer definitely has emblems, craftable emblems. Like the way it works is like Origins always have craftable emblems, and Frying Pans always have classes. So something like a Channeler, that would be a Frying Pan, and something like Stargazer or Darkstar, that's gonna be a Spatula. And then it's just occasionally some Origins like Mecha don't have an emblem because it doesn't make sense for them to have one. Replicator is kind of like a mage type trade where you cast twice with reduced efficiency, obviously. So I think in this fight you could see like, yeah, you could see like how the armor from Talon, it was like 21, and then it took like a really long time before it went to 19. So you can definitely see that it has a pretty long cooldown, and that is why it will be quite difficult to utilize the malware matrix. At least in terms of like reducing people to 0 armor.
Take it easy.
Oh yeah, so 3 Arbiter is, I believe, increasing the effectiveness of your initial choice. So since I did a choice where I get Leona, so if enemy dies, or like I can get 1 Leona, potentially, if enemy dies, I just increased the efficiency, so I have better odds now to get a Leona per fight. Does the item the god provide affect your decision? It will. Occasionally it will. Especially if you feel like both boons are on a similar level, the item component will definitely influence your outcome. It's like which god you align with, there's like a few options you have to consider. It's like which item component is better, which boon effect is better, and you also should consider the final 4/7 augment. Where it's like, you could be like, if I take the left one, I'm guaranteed that favor in 4/7, but I would prefer the other one. It's like there's like 3 potential things you have to consider before making your call. Targon like units in the set strong but no synergy. Rast has a unique trait that you can place, and he buffs your team based on the amount of non-unique. He buffs your team based on the amount of non-unique traits you have. He could be considered like a Targon type unit. There are some traitless units like Vex, Morgana, and Grace. They're all 5 costs that can be placed onto any board. And I mean, technically, I mean, Misfortune has like 3 different potential classes, so she does fit into a lot of comps as well. Is there a duck god I can align with? Yes, appease the duck god. Okay, kinda took a long time to get that Leona 3. Still struggling to find Zoe 3 as well, which sucks. Traitless 5 costs are boring? I wouldn't say that. I think Grace was a very interesting unit that you can like... you can change up Grace with a lot of different upgrades. And then he can like fulfill a different role. Like for example, you can increase Graves' range, but you can actually also decrease it and give him a bunch of tanky stats. Music is fine, yeah. I mean, I'll probably just continue to listen to the board musics, but I do think the background song was better than any previous sets. I didn't like the background song from the last 2 or 3 sets. This one was on the better end, I would say. It doesn't beat set 10. Well, the only contender for set 10 will be set 19, which is another music set. So the only set to beat set 10 music wise can only be set 19. That one's definitely gonna be a big one, set 19. It was a pretty strong Samira here. Red buff with Death Blade. May the force be with you. Wait, I wanna read that again. 1 sec. Your 4-cost champions and Jhin gain 204 health and 14 attack speed. Gain a Jhin. That's a wild 4-2 augment, by the way. Getting a free Jhin, that is crazy. Oh, Bronze of Alive is still in the game. So Bronze of Alive Rast comms are pretty good then. Something to consider as well. Bronze of Alive is in the game together with Rast. I hope they release a mythical Duck Tacticians. I don't have any hopes. They're making too much money with GBs and Unbounds. I don't think the ducks sold very well. Can you get triple Bronze of Alive? I don't think so. I don't think Riot likes these types of stacking. I mean, the thing is, like, Silver Bronze of Alive has been removed for a while now. Actually, I don't remember. I don't actually remember, to be honest. I actually took Expedition. I can probably tell you the reward later. I took Expedition and finished the quest. I think I got a Masterwork and some other stuff. It was not a bad, like, it was a fine cash out. Yes, Pengu, Garen, why not Leduc Darius? Yeah, this one didn't really work that well. It's bugging a bit. So now it's nice. PB is Tuesday evening or Wednesday. Wednesday is the safe bet. So something to consider with the Sona mods is they will expire even if you don't use them. I mean, I have the goodest duck bill, right? So it's good enough for me. Don't really need any other chibis. I mean, I'm much more interested in good boards. I'm spending pretty much all of my money to get interesting boards for the stream. Oh, guys, I took a boon that gives me a dupe, and I'm immediately greeted by my last Zoe in the shop. Classic. Absolute classic. But I don't know. From what I've seen, I didn't feel like Zoe 3-star was ever worth it. I would not recommend going for Zoe 3-star. Maybe if you have too tanky, like that would be. But the problem is I feel like like if you have Arbiter, then you probably wanna have Diana. I don't know. Does LeBlanc work like Zeri? No. Like when LeBlanc ults, she spawns like 5 clones behind her and they deal part of her damage. Oh, wait, this is, I think this is a big cash out. Wait, I want to show this. This is a pretty big Anima cash out. 20 80, 20 attack speed, 20 crit, gain spell crit. Every 8 critical strikes, fire 5 piercing arrows that can critically strike towards the target. Each deals 100% AD. I mean, that's pretty sick on Misfortune, because she obviously has a small amount. Like, for her to reach 8 crits is pretty easy. The Annihilator. 20 80, 30 AP, 3 mana regen. Store 25% of damage dealt on death or after 18 seconds in combat. Deal the stored damage as true damage to all enemies, reduced by 15% for each hex they are away from the epicenter. I mean, considering, yeah, she had a nice amount of true damage in that last fight. Like, there was like a third of the MF damage was true damage there. Oh, so this is the big one, right? This is the command you want. Command a unit to drop 2 gold each time it kills an enemy during player combat. That's probably the best Sona mod you can get, because if you win the next 2 fights, you can make a ton of money and recover the game. I can actually see them nerfing this. I can see them nerfing this command to 1 gold instead of 2 gold. 2 gold is a bit much. They will likely nerf this command because, yeah, in the right setup, that's it can be like up to 40 gold or something in the right. I mean, in the ideal scenario, of course, but I mean, it's still like 20 to 30 gold if you win your 2 fights in a good scenario. Unfortunately, in this scenario, I just ended up having a fairly weak Zoe. So I only got 6 gold in this fight. I mean, you do need the killing blow, right, on the carry, which you're not guaranteed. The team gains 280 and ability power per level, gain 2 XP each round. But yeah, it's certainly quite powerful. Also, I think in hindsight, I just realized that I probably shouldn't have taken this thing because now I'm missing a Zoe item. So I definitely should not have taken the armory here. I should have finished one of my Zoe items, like a striker or something. So that was dumb. But yeah, right now I have Maokai and Kindred as my Novas. I think Maokai gives me a heal. Was Kindred attack speed? I don't remember. LeBlanc isn't even worth playing here. I should because it doesn't synergize with Rust or Bronze for Life. I think the reason I placed her is because of Shepherd, right? Like, I'm trying to figure out a way to include Shepherd here, but it's not even that good of an idea. I shouldn't be doing this. Or maybe the plan was to actually remove Zoe because I don't. Okay, this was a lot of gold. That was a lot of gold. So yeah, that Sona mod is crazy. Yeah, I think Kench makes a lot more sense. I get Brawler from Maokai, and I also get Arcana for some bonus gold, so... Actually, Fabricate should be going on to Zoe, because Zoe needs a 3rd item, but... Maybe the reason I'm not giving Zoe power is because I feel like Zoe isn't doing anything. I was like, I'm like very disappointed in Zoe's value. That's why I probably don't want to give her items. But I still should have given her. Okay, Radiant IE, Battle Bunny, Annihilator. I don't think I'm winning this. Time to get farmed by an Anima cash out. Like, this Zoe is just struggling so hard to even kill. And bonk. Yeah, that's a big Anima cash out. I can't beat that. Yeah, Maokai has an interesting passive. Gain 40% more health from all sources. There might be some shenanigans with this passive, we'll see. But yeah, this game is kind of going nowhere, right? Like, my Zoe is too weak, I don't have enough items. My front line is alright, but my back line is struggling too much, so... A Kindred with like 1 item and a Zoe with 2 items is not enough damage this late into the game, so... Slowly but surely I will get outscaled this game.
Relax a little.
Command a unit to gain a 20% health shield for 8 seconds at the start of combat. It's like fine. That one's honestly a little bit whatever. We have a Nashor here. Second Jewel is okay-ish. Can do Ginzu Kindred. If I feel like the Kindred is more useful than Zoe. I don't know. It feels weird looking at 2-cost reroll after set 16. I mean, we did have Aphelios, Bard, Scion throughout most of the set 16. Okay, so this is Space Groove reroll, right? He has Ornn 3, Samira 3. Ornn gave himself a Radiant Crown Guard in this fight. Let's see. I mean, if I win this, then I feel like Space Groove is kind of useless, no? I feel like I shouldn't be winning this. I almost won it. That is not a good side for Space Groove though. I feel like my comp is weak and the fact that I was like almost able to beat him. Space Groove probably needs a bit of love. How do they solve Carousel for the loose streakers? The PvE round is being adjusted. So the people at the top, they get random components. The people in the middle get random components and Reforger. And the people at the bottom get component anvils instead of random components plus Reforgers. So that's how they solve it. Effectively, if you have low HP when going into a PvE round, you can better get your best in slot to recover. I mean, this is not a system set in stone, it's just the current system they have in place. And I got farmed by Anima 3 times in a row. Yeah, this is just big Anima cash out. I kept facing him, so... C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Okay, but I'll probably keep the rest of the games for tomorrow. Tomorrow is likely gonna be a longer stream than today. But yeah, I just needed to finish those 3 games to upload for YouTube for tomorrow. That was important, and yeah. That means I'll probably call it quits here, and then tomorrow should be a longer stream where I showcase most of the games that I have remaining, and then I think Tuesday is gonna be, I'll start the stream late, so I will actually play right away when the PvE goes up. That's currently the plan, at least. Or maybe I'll do 2 streams on Tuesday. One like a small theorycraft stream, then take a break, and then one evening gameplay stream. That might also be an option for Tuesday. Okie dokie. Then I hope you guys learned something. And I should be online tomorrow between 12 and 1, most likely. So usual times. Okie dokie. Hope you guys had fun. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the weekend. Bye bye.